Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading. I'm going to be carrying on today with a series of readings that I started a few weeks ago, looking at the royal children. I looked at Prince George and Archie a few weeks ago, their life paths, their challenges, their relationships with their parents, things like that. I did Prince George and Archie. If you go into my royal playlist, you will find them as number 63 and number 64 if you're interested in going back and looking at those readings. And today I'm going to be looking at Princess Charlotte and Lily Diana. I'm going to be starting now. This reading is going to be Princess Charlotte. I am using the Muse Tarot. I used the Tarot Nova for the boys, but when I brought out the Tarot Nova, it said no, not the deck to be reading today. We're going to need to use the Muse Tarot for those who are interested. So I have shuffled a lot already. I'm just going to shuffle a few more times. I have a specific spread I'm going to be using. I'll explain it as I go through it. I've got 7 cards, 7 questions, 7 aspects that I want to look at. And I'm going to be changing this reading a little bit from the one that I did for Prince George and Archie. In one of the questions, instead of looking at the relationship with the other branch of the family, with the Sussexes, if I'm looking at a Cambridge, I'm going to instead be looking at relationships with their brothers. So for Princess Charlotte, I'm going to be looking at her relationship with Prince George, and this is the reading that I'll be doing now. The Muse Tarot is a deck that I don't normally read in the reverse. If the reversal comes out, that's quite unusual. I will read it in the reverse, but just to let you know that this is a little bit of a different deck. So I think we're ready. We've got our shuffle, and I'll be cutting the deck now, and let's see what we can find out about Princess Charlotte today. I'll explain the cards as I go through the reading, what each card means. The universe knows I have set my intention, and there we are. Let's just move this a little bit so you can see it more clearly. There we go. Central card is personality, just a card I've asked to show the personality. And that's very interesting. That's a very difficult card, the Ten of Swords, that has come out. And not what I would have expected with Charlotte, with Princess Charlotte. That is a very hard energy, a very hard card, that there is a lot of suffering around her, not what I expected at all. With the Ten of Swords, that is really a card of having a very hard role in life, a very, very hard role in life. And I'm quite surprised to see that. I'm really quite stunned to see that, the Ten of Swords. Normally it's the ruin and rock bottom card in the traditional Rider-Waite. So that is a very, very challenging energy for her. We'll see if it's picked up in the rest of the reading, but not an easy energy around her at all, and very much a sense of suffering and difficulty around her. So we'll have to find out why. What is her relationship with her mother coming through as the Three of Cups? That's a very healthy energy. That is a very playful energy. The friendship card. So she has a very friendly, very joyful and happy relationship with her mother, and that's encouraging. That is a playful energy, a very positive energy, and good to see that. Almost I'm getting from that depiction of the Three of Cups that it's a kind of a sporty energy, that they're going to enjoy outdoors activities. They're swimming in this card, in this depiction of the Three of Cups, so that they'll enjoy a lot of outdoors activities, sports together, that kind of thing. It'll be fun, healthy activities, playful energy, and that's very good. that counteracts that Ten of Swords energy to some extent, which is still really disturbing me in the center of this reading. And what is her relationship with her father going to be like, or what is it like, shall we say? 9 of Inspiration in this card. That is the 9 of Wands, and that is a very protective energy. The 9 of Wands, 9 of Inspiration, is where you have your guard up, you're very protective, you are very private. You're very private, you're guarded. So it seems to me that Prince William is going to be working very hard to keep her safe, keep her protected, shelter her, protect her, keep that wall of privacy and distance around her, that she's not overwhelmed by her role in the world, by public interest in her. We saw that very vividly when she was going to the christening, and she very cheekily told the royal reporters that they weren't allowed to go where she was going. "You're not coming," she said. And I think that all endeared her to us all very much, that comment. This 9 of Wands, 9 of Inspiration, is telling me that that is very much the energy between her and her father, that her father is very protective of her, very caring. So those are good, healthy energies around her in her relationship with her parents. So what is the gift that she's brought in to this life, her particular gift, her particular talent? What does she have? And that is the Devil. And that's very interesting, because that is really, for a child, that is a kind of a naughty energy, and we've seen that with her pulling tongues at people and being cheeky and naughty. It's not the Devil as I would read it for an adult at all. It's just that she definitely has got a sense of playfulness that's naughty. It's heading into the naughtiness direction, and she's aware of it. I think she's very aware that she's going to push boundaries in her life, and she's going to be able to push those boundaries and to be quite rule breaker and quite a risk taker in her life. That's the energy I'm getting off this. Not getting a toxic, negative energy off this card at all. Not for a child, definitely not. I'm getting a sense of just naughtiness, a daredevil card. Let's call the Devil the daredevil for this reading, and I think we've got a better idea of her personality. I would not have been surprised to see the daredevil coming out there as her overall personality card, but that is the gift that she's bringing in here. I think Princess Charlotte is going to be doing things that are really going to quite surprise people, and people are going to be quite in awe of her when she does them, probably quite physically challenging things. She might be a bit of an explorer, adventurer, somebody like that. I get that sense of her. And what is the challenge? Bearing in mind this 10 of Voices in the Muse Tarot, which is the 10 of Swords, what is her challenge in this lifetime? 10 of Wands, the 10 of Inspiration. Inspiration is Wands in the Muse Tarot. 10 of Wands, there is a heavy energy around this girl, and rather distressing to see for me as a reader. The 10 of Wands is that heavy energy of heavy burdens that she's got to carry in this life, and that she might be quite lonely in her life, feel quite burdened with the role that she has to play, and with her role in the royal family. And 2 tens here, 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, those are difficult energies. This isn't a light, playful reading at all, not the energy that we would all have liked to see, that this is going to be an easy life, just an absolutely joyful life. There are challenges here definitely for her. My loneliness card is one of my lonely cards, that she might have some difficulty in life finding her path, finding her purpose, finding her meaning, that she's going to feel quite burdened in her life. And with that Ten of Swords, definitely there is some difficulty ahead for her, and she's aware of it. She's aware of it now. That's an old soul energy, the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Voices in this deck. That is not a light energy, not an innocent energy. That's a very much an awareness of difficulty in life. Tens, of course, are culminations, endings. So it's a very mature energy. It's a very much an awareness that this is a path, a destiny, and this is a finality about this. That this is what I'm here to complete, almost a journey that for her she's here to complete. So heavy energy. And what is her relationship going to be like with Prince George? And this is the card here, Knight of Cups, and that's a lovely energy. That is a very affectionate energy, very supportive, very emotionally supportive, very Knight of Emotions, very loyal, very loving, they are very affectionate, very in tune with each other emotionally, and that's a very good energy. And it could be why we see these tens here for her, that at some level, and obviously, I'm stating the blindingly obvious here in a tarot reading, but obviously she is aware of the difficulties that they are going to be facing as they grow up in the royal family, in their life, in their duty, in their destiny. Very aware of it with these heavy cards here. And the light relief and the naughtiness. If Prince George has to be the good and dutiful one, then Princess Charlotte is going to be the risk taker, the daredevil, the one who breaks the rules, pushes the boundaries, the one, if any scandal is going to befall, this is where she's going to be playing that role in her life. She is going to take that on in her life. And I do understand why I see the Ten of Swords there and the Ten of Wands in this reading, that this is her role and this is her talent. This is a gift and a blessing that she is bringing in here. She is going to be the naughty one. She is going to pull that energy onto herself. She's strong enough to do it. Prince George isn't. And this is a very sweet card, this Knight of Cups, that she is really loves her brother. She really shares a lot of emotional rapport with him. It's an empathy card, very empathetic, very in tune with each other. And as I say, these energies here, these cards down here are all pulling down together for me as a reader. She has a role to play down here. There it is, a difficult role, that she has the strength of character to be able to handle. Her parents up there are detached from this energy, the playfulness of her mother, the sportiness, the fun, and the father who is very protective of her, very, very protective. So again, very good relationship with the parents. We saw that with Prince George. Very healthy parenting going on here. Difficult energy for this girl. As I say, as a reader, I am sad to see this, but I'm not surprised to see it. It's not an ordinary child that has been born into this role, not an ordinary soul. A very powerful, very profound energy here. And this is, I don't want to say Princess Margaret, although there is a look of Princess Margaret, that kind of 70s, those holidays to the Caribbean, and Princess Margaret. I don't think we're going to go down that particular route with Princess Charlotte, but there is that kind of energy in here. And so let's see, life path, her purpose, her mission while she's here. And the Four of Cups is a difficult energy. I'm getting, could have been me, Four of Cups. That's the Four of Emotions, Four of Cups, and the traditional Rider-Waite. It is the cup being handed but being pushed away and saying, no, I don't want that. She doesn't want this role. She doesn't want this role of being in the limelight, being in the royal family, having to be good, having to be dutiful. She's going to push it away, and it's going to be difficult for her with the Four of Cups. She's going to resent it. She's going to rebel against it. Again, a Princess Margaret energy coming off that, and wow. hoping very much that she doesn't go down that Princess Margaret path. There is an indication that she may in this reading, and I really would have liked to see all just happy and light and fun cards for this little girl, but I'm not. I'm seeing very good relationship with her brother, very good relationship with her parents, but difficulty in her own life journey, in finding her own way, finding her own path, in feeling quite lonely, feeling quite not resentful, just that she wished it could be different. She wishes her life could be different, and this is where we are now. Of course, all subject to change. This is very early on in her life. Many things could change, many things could happen. This is the energy that's around her right now. And so lots of love and prayers to the little girl that I've just read on, and I'm sure that you'll all be joining me in that. I know that all of your hearts and your goodwill and your blessings are going towards her, and I think she needs that. I think she needs your love and support more than you may realize. So on that note, I'm going to end this reading and move on to Lily Diana.